Hey class, my name is Jack Shaughnessy. You probably see my name in the discussions. If not, here I am. Nice to meet you. It's been a great semester so far. We're almost done. I appreciate uh, Professor Parsons for this challenging course, but learned a lot from this course, and also I learned a lot from this book project. So my book name was Black Middle Class: Social Mobility and Vulnerability. So basically, the reason why this book stuck out to me was it seemed different from a lot of books I've read over the over the years that I've been in college. I'm graduating next month, so I've done a lot of different sociology readings. I've been at two different schools, so I've got a good variety of readings from sociology. And what what stuck out to me about this particular book was with on studies on African Americans, usually the sociologists tend to focus on them being in lower class, poverty, being poor. But this book focused a lot on the African Americans that are in the middle class, the modern middle class that we see today. Um, so this was just real eye opening, especially because I grew up in the middle class, and it was just I could relate to it from my friends. Um, so this book looks very deeply in how the current structure of the middle class was actually established, why it was actually established, and why even though like many more blacks have entered this class as of recently, they're still affected and still getting the short end of the stick. Is what I would say. They're not being treated fairly. Definitely not being treated the same as many white Americans that are in this modern middle class today. Um, so back during the times of the civil rights movement, many blacks were not even allowed to inhabit these areas, even if they had the financial capability to do so. So if they were in the middle class, they were definitely not treated like the middle class, just because of the color of their skin. Um, so once they entered the middle class, there was an absence of generational capital to build off of because it was absent in the previous years. Things like social capital are very scarce to those in the black middle class, opposed to those of the white middle class. We see so many differences between the white middle class and the African American middle class, and I've seen this. I've seen this a lot. In my daily life as a white person, being in the middle class and playing basketball and being friends with people in all different types of classes. But I've also been, a lot of friends with, white people in the middle class, and then also African Americans in the middle class. So why I can relate to this text is because I come from the middle class environment, and I have friends from, like I said, I have friends from both races, and I see how how I'm treated, how whites are treated, how white friends are treated, and what benefits they get from being in the middle class. And then I also see how my African American friends are treated in the middle class, and it's just two opposite things. I see the connections that the white people are getting. I see the school applications. Most of my friends that were white were submitting way more school applications than those who were African American. There's job setup, recommendations, all that. And but my black friends, it was not as much. Did not see that happening a lot. And I just thought this book was a huge eye opener for me because it really exposed how different it is, how separated we are just by the color of our race, or color of our skin. And I would basically leave it off like this, and I would say that as a personal opinion right here, honestly, we have to come together as a people, as one, and use our foundations and build off each other. And nobody should ever be held back because of the color of skin. I know people, it's cliche, people say it all the time, but it's just really nobody should be held back by the color of their skin. And I appreciate you guys listening to this post, and I appreciate Professor Parsons for putting this course together, because it really challenged my thinking and really opened up a new eye for things, and really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.